ChuckWagon MTG is sponsored by BC Comics and Games. Hey everyone, welcome to another great video here on ChuckWagon MTG. Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. We're going to be taking a look at Wizards' newest digital venture, Magic the Gathering Arena. I was fortunate enough to make it into the beta testing, so I've been playing this for about 4 months now. In fact, this is where I got the idea for the Dora and Friends deck that we featured not too long ago. I'll go ahead and put a link up in case you want to go check that deck out. So let's take a look at what MTG Arena actually is. For anyone that isn't familiar with it, this is a digital and somewhat similar version of the game that we love to play, Magic the Gathering. Now, we have paper Magic, and then we have Magic the Gathering Online, which is a digital replication of Magic the Gathering. So Arena is sort of a simplified version of Magic Online. Its predecessor, Magic the Gathering Duels of the Planeswalkers, was a much more simplified version of the game that was more user-friendly but lacked some of the intricacies that a lot of Magic players love about the game. So, MTG Arena attempts to bridge that gap with a complete rule set that makes those intricacies possible while having an interface that's much more streamlined and user-friendly. Now, for the game itself, the graphics have kind of taken a step up, and one of the things that I love about Magic in general is the art. And they have done a fine job in putting the details that kind of brings that art to life. Even the battlefield has moved from kind of a void and barren landscape to an animated battlefield with kind of vibrant colors, and there's even little geckos that run around on part of it, and it's just really cool. I also enjoy the card animations, like when you drop a large bomb creature. There are these animations they add to the cards, and I just find that really interesting. Now, from the main screen, we can access all of our menus. You can see your current player rank, you can jump into the play area. Now, if we click on decks, we can see all the decks that we've created. There is an import and export option, but there's no real use for that. At the time of this recording, they don't actually function. There's also a clone option that's kind of nice if you want to change a deck, but you want to keep the original one. When we go to edit our decks, we have a choice between just a standard list, and then we have a choice of a pile list, which is kind of a nice addition to this. We also have the options to set search criteria from basic colors down to the smallest of details about the card function, type, convert mana cost, and all that. We also have the option to peruse our collection without building an actual list, so that's kind of nice as well. But now, how do we get the cards? Well, we start off with a bunch of packs of cards when we first get the game. Each pack is going to have 5 commons, 2 uncommons, and then either a rare or a mythic rare card. The cards are random, so there's no telling what you're going to get. While there will undoubtedly be some form of microtransaction where you can just kind of buy packs, there are plenty of opportunities to earn the in-game currency, or the gold coins, to purchase packs, which are 1,000 gold coins each. There are daily tasks which can net you a couple hundred coins, and you can earn coins for winning matches, as well as occasionally winning cards from those matches. Now, a vast improvement over its predecessors is the wild card. The wild cards come in all rarities and can be traded in at any time for any card you don't currently own, which brings us to the next improvement, and one that was very much needed, and that is the vault. While collecting, you can only acquire 4 copies of any one card. So when you get your 5th copy, or any more of a card, it goes into your vault. Once your vault fills up, you can unlock it, and you get 8 new cards, which, at the time of this recording, are all wild cards. So far, it averages 3 commons, 3 uncommons, and 2 rares and or mythics. In the store menu, we can purchase individual packs as well as gems, but I have no idea what they'll be used for, as they have not been unlocked. In fact, at the time this was recorded, purchasing packs is honestly the only thing that's actually been unlocked in the store. Next, we have our quests. These function very much like they did back in Duels of the Planeswalkers. Once a day, a new quest will be added, and you can have up to 3 quests active at one time. You can also swap out one quest a day for a new one, so that's kind of nice. Completing these quests can net you between 100 to 500 gold coins, depending on what the quest is. Now let's take a look at the actual gameplay. When we go to the play arena, we only have one option, which is the competitive constructed. Hopefully that means that there's going to be some more formats, fingers crossed, for some form of goods sealed. Once we enter the queue and get paired, the game will randomly pick a player to go first, and then after that it's pretty close to just regular Magic. The cards are all full art until you hover over them, then a larger version with text will appear. I will warn you that the default setting for tapping is set to auto, so be careful about just trying to cast spells. It's very easy to forget that it's on auto tap, and it can tap your lands in a way that won't allow you to produce the correct mana you need to cast more spells. The rest of it functions very similarly to Duels of the Planeswalkers. It's just more polished. You can highlight phases of the turn to add stops to it when you click on them, which is pretty nice. And the additional animations do add a nice kind of ambiance to the game. They also introduced a timeout system. Anytime you make a play in a reasonable amount of time, it banks a bit of it until you save up enough for a timeout, which can then be used to add 15 seconds to your turn clock. This way, you can earn extra time in the beginning of the match for later on in the match when there can be more complex stacks or blocking situations that are involved. There's also a ranking system with tiers. I'm not sure if these will actually play a role later on in the game, but as for right now, its only purpose is kind of a prestige thing. Well, that about wraps up our first look at MTG Arena. While not a replacement for Magic the Gathering Online or the paper version, it's definitely fun in its own right. And being that it's still in the beta testing, I have high hopes for what is still to come with this game. Now, if you're interested in watching actual gameplay, we're going to have some of that up real soon for you to watch. I want to thank you all for taking time to watch our video today. If you like what you saw here today, click that like button, be sure to subscribe, and then share this with your friends, your family, your loved ones, and your pets. Everyone could use a little more magic in their lives. Once again, thank you very much for watching, and as always, you can find us on Facebook and Twitter, ChuckWagon MTG. Now, if you could do me a huge favor and check out this brief message about our sponsor. ChuckWagon MTG is sponsored by BC Comics and Games. They have 3 different locations, and they run Magic events every Monday through Saturday, and their Friday Night Magic consists of Standard, Modern, and Legacy every week. This is why I've personally made BC Comics and Games my home gaming store.